Right, we're rolling.
Okay, roll.
What's the crack, Sandy? How's things?
How you doing, Ger? Good to see you, man.
Long time no see.
Looking well.
Looking good, looking good.
You're okay, there's
You're
no
all
problem.
right.
Take two. Hey, Ger, how's it going?
How's it going? All right. So we're here at the Hamlet Hotel Wedding Fair.
Great day.
Has it been good for you?
It was really, really super. It was a bit quiet starting off, and to be honest, the weather being so good, I didn't think it'd be a great turnout, but it was a fantastic turnout.
Decent turnout.
We got 3 bookings just in the last half an hour. We're about to wrap up, so we're happy out.
Happy days, happy days. My earliest memory of you is St. Kevin's GA. I was 12 or 13, I believe it was yourself and possibly Tom Clark.
That's correct, from Alan Wood, yeah.
How many years have you been playing music?
Playing, God, I remember my very first experience as a singer was in Red Island near Skerries when I was about 16 years of age, and that's a long time ago. Professionally, we've been doing it for the last 14 years. So full time for the last 6 or 8.
16 though.
Yeah.
16 when you first started. What was the draw? What was the pull of music? What was your why, basically?
Dad was always a fantastic singer. Loved Frank Sinatra. Nobody in the family sang, and just one day I started singing, and that was it. And I just realised I really enjoyed it. I never thought I was particularly great at it, but I really enjoyed it.
You kept at it.
I kept at it. You know me, Ger, I'm a trier.
Well, look, it's like most things. People say, like, what should you do? And like, you do what you love, and
correct.
If you keep at it,
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, exactly. That it works out.
That it works out.
And to be able to do it as a full-time profession for us is just fantastic.
Well, I'll touch on that as well. Like the wedding industry, it's not easy.
No.
How is it for you guys?
It's really tough. I think, you know, that's why I was really surprised today, because I'm surprised that the wedding fair works so well, because everything's social media and everyone just press the button, click and buy. It's as simple as that. So it is difficult, but you can't, like in your business and my business, it's all about the personal touch.
Well, I was talking to a girl there and she was just talking about her wedding, and she said, any advice? And I said to her, touch on what you're saying, is basically Facebook reviews and Facebook comments and the whole Facebook thing. There's a lot of bullshit really surrounding it, because
there is.
If you get a Micra and you get a Ferrari, in the wedding industry, both cars would receive the same review.
That's true.
So the reviews on Facebook, I think, are false, are a little bit misleading.
Absolutely.
And then if you're booking a photographer, or a videographer, or a band, you have to look at it from a, do you like the person? Do you like their personality?
Yeah.
Can you get on with them?
Very, very true.
So I would definitely, my advice to her was, meet your photographer, meet your video, meet your band, and see if you like their vibe.
Exactly.
I think that's important. And how to say, make sure that don't go by someone else's review, because someone else would like a black dress and someone else would like a red dress. So you need to pick what you like.
I think if they've heard of Ger Boland, or they've heard of Sandy Miller from the Men in Black, the reviews then become important in that they can see what other people are more or less just justifying their own thoughts.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. They have to go and meet you, see, as you said quite rightly, what's their vibe like. Like for us, it's not about how brilliant musicians we are. For us, it's all about connecting, having the crack, and making sure that they have the night of their dreams. Like you, I'm sure you have 50 to 100 weddings, as we do. But we got to make, and for us, I feel at the end of the night, if we've made them feel that they are completely special, and that we're their band for that night, then that means that's all we care for.
Yeah.
Simple. That's all we want to do.
Yeah. Every time.
Sorry, you're supposed to be interviewing me, but
yeah. Sorry.
Only kidding.
Might change one thing.
Yeah. How are we doing? Are we doing okay, sir?
No, we're doing good.
Yeah.
I was thinking that genuinely, I mean this genuinely. Every time I do a wedding, and I see Sandy and the lads pull up and DJ Carol, it's like, yes. Because you're the only band, genuinely mean this, of all the bands I've seen, you're the only band to come in, move tables, set things up, get the crowd going and rolling, but you bring an energy level. A lot of other bands who are nice, no disrespect to any other bands out there, but I think you have the experience, the background to just, I don't know what it is, the energy levels just rise.
Yeah.
For me and for everyone, like, I think.
And you know, I have to say, every one of my guys have the same sort of ethos. It's all about the bride and groom. It's all about helping the staff, getting a good reputation and relationship with them. So important.
Yeah.
And we work together as a team. The minute we walk into any hotel, we become their team.
Yeah, because I've seen it so many times that it's a pet hate of mine, so I'll go on about it. It's when I first started, it used to be 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 first dance.
You're dead right.
Now
later
it's like
and later
it was
later.
10, 10:15, 10:30. The latest dance I've done is 11:45. But every few months it's just creeping, and it's not necessarily down to the bands, but it's down to a lot of things. But as we're talking about bands, a lot of them you know, the speeches finish up, and you know,
Yeah.
the hotel are packing the tables, and they're still kind of sitting down having a cup of tea.
Just still outside in the hallway, yeah.
Whereas you guys, you'd be like, right, let's move,
Yeah,
we're in, and you're set up before.
And everyone has a particular job to do, so that's why we literally could do set up in 40 minutes, 35 minutes we have to.
Yeah. So, I don't know, it's just a pet hate of mine, some of the bands out there, just lazy, and I really appreciate that your band come in, set up.
I really appreciate that too. That's great feedback now to hear.
The first dance as well, when you come out in the mic and you're like, welcome to the hotel and the venue, and then you get everyone in a circle. Some bands do get the circle, some bands can do it. Again, I think he's doing better than anyone.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. That's just great to hear that.
You command the audience.
We're trying to always do something different all the time, and just make the couple. So some couples don't want that big, you know, spotlight on them. So we tone it down a little bit. But the majority, because sometimes I don't only discuss it with them, I generally discuss some of the aspects of it. Sometimes I don't, but because I know they're going to be just a wow factor when they come out, and all the guests are on the floor. Brilliant atmosphere, and the lighting, as you know, in your business and mine, it's so important. You know, like a nightclub atmosphere. So you feel, wow, this is going to be amazing. I think it's so important.
You set the tone, like, you know, you definitely do.
And it creates a precedent, because when you've got people on the floor and you call it the bridal party, and then naturally people just follow in, so all of a sudden you have a full floor and you've only done one song. So then it's a matter of keeping them there.
Let's talk about Mr. DJ Carl.
Yeah, great character.
You know him how many years?
Met DJ Carl back in the Hazel. Oh God, 15, 16 years ago. And actually, it's very funny, because we were setting up our gear, and next DJ Carl comes in, and he was booked by the couple direct. I didn't even know who he was, and he had more gear than we had. So I said, oh damn! I said, there's another band playing here. We've been double booked, but it was a DJ Carl, and we get on so well with him, and he is our #1 DJ. Whenever he's available, he plays them in the back.
It's the similar vibe, I think. He brings a level of positivity, professionalism.
Yes.
Good fun.
Great character, gets on so well with all the brides and grooms. He works with lots of bands, lots of bands. But whenever he's available, we probably maybe book him for maybe 60%, 70% of his.
And it's the same with him when I see him. It's like, yes, because you just know. Well, you're set for a good night.
But he's the only DJ in the country that would be on site from 7 o'clock. He's set up ready to go while the band is setting up, and he's not playing until 12:30, 1 o'clock. So he's great. I know, he really is great.
Any favourite memories from weddings? Any standout moments? Disasters?
Touch wood, we've had no disasters. I mean, I have to say we've had amazing first dances. And we've had bride and groom come in with their 3 or 4 kids, and they're in floods of tears, like amazing moments. My own daughter, which we played, was one of the highlights for me. We played at our wedding, was in the Hamlet Court Hotel, 17th of November 2017. I brought a friend of mine in from Portugal to stand in for me, obviously father of the bride. That was incredible, just amazing. And I got up to do a few songs with the band, never forget it. But like, you know, it's funny, we've had there's a song, You Raise Me Up by Westlife. And it's so emotional song for brides and grooms as a last dance with a big circle around them. And all the families. And I obviously won't mention the name of the bride and groom, but the parents had split up and separated, and they hadn't spoken, and the bride and groom did her best to get them. He wasn't even going to come to the wedding, the dad. Hadn't spoken in years. We did You Raise Me Up. They're in the centre, and they actually came together, spoke, put their arms around each other. It's the first time they've spoken in years. That to me is my greatest memory.
Nice.
One I'll never forget. I won't mention the hotel, and obviously we'll mention no couples. That was class.
It's good how well you played a part in that, and you affected that.
I'll never forget that. I really felt.
I suppose it's the same as the photography or the video as well. In my point of view, like we can really affect a day. Like we can make or break a day.
Absolutely.
That's why I think people should definitely meet you or me or whoever that they want to book.
100%.
Because they can make or break a day. Personality. Never mind being skilled at musician or a skilled photographer or whatever. It's
100%.
You have to get on with them.
And that's why it's so important. And I know there, you know, again, mention no names of course, but there are some bands and some suppliers who don't even know the name of the bride and groom and have no connection whatsoever. You're waiting for me, aren't you? I'll come out to you now in 2 minutes.
John O'Neill, the Hamlet, we'll talk about him.
John's
been here, what? As long as I know what Hamlet,
I came to the area here in Dunfermline on 1989, and we arrived with everything in boxes, came from Selbridge. Couldn't find my teapot, mad for a cup of tea. Went down to the Hamlet Court Hotel, small little Murty's bar. In I go. First man I see is John O'Neill, and he said, "How you doing?" I was the second dub that ever moved into the area, and I said, "I'm actually looking to get a cup of tea with your flask or something." He said, John gave me silver service, cups, saucers. He couldn't have done any more.
The works.
And we have been best friends since.
Yeah.
Best friends since, yeah.
Yeah, he's a legend,
I
isn't
must
he?
actually return that kettle to him.
Yeah.
He is a legend.
He is a legend.
Yeah,
And
100%.
the Hamlet for me as well is, he's been here since I've 12, 13, 14, same as you're seeing yourself in St. Kevin's, but
Yeah.
he's been here, Mo's been here. I know
That's right.
Emma's left now, but she was here for a number of years
Emma's
doing
super,
great work.
Yeah, and Sharon's fantastic.
And then Sharon now as well. I mean, it's credit to the hotel that staff has stayed so long. Like,
It is.
Have you any other memories of the hotel, or John? Any stories?
Lots. I mean, John actually worked in H. Williams years ago in the north side of Dublin, and I was actually selling SodaStream, little gas cylinders, and John was my warehouse manager. And that's the very first time I met him.
Yeah.
And when I came down, John being John, remembered me. But look, we've had 16 birthday parties here, 18 birthday parties, 21st. We've had christenings, we've had funerals. John's after my dad's funeral. He's looked after my wife's mother and father's funeral. Look, what can I say? They're just amazing people. Generally, in fairness to the Hamlet Court, very much keeping in their family orientated. You know, the goals that they have, they keep the same suppliers because they know they can trust them.
Yeah, well,
So
to look after me, because my dad was here for so many years.
That's right.
My dad, he just texted me there. He would have known Murty as well all the years back ago.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
And my dad said Murty would have been big into the GAA.
Yeah, very much.
Probably like yourself. Are you big into it, or
not mad into it?
Not mad into it.
I'd be golf be my thing. Be my way of relaxing. Yeah.
School. Were you any good at school?
I went to school. Actually, I'm from Finglas originally, Mickey Avenue, the nice part of Finglas. They're all nice parts of Finglas. I went to school in Ballygal. Played a bit of football. My claim to fame is I did play on a school's final in Croke Park. I was the 7th sub, I'd say, but I did get out for about 2 minutes.
Fair enough.
But I was there. I got a medal.
You played in Croker, so?
Yeah, I played in Croker. I did. I never sang in it, but I played running for about 2 minutes.
Not yet.
I know, it's great. I have to say.
Were you a messer in school, or were you good in school?
I was pretty good. I wasn't really a messer.
Yeah.
I was quite shy, believe it or not. I sort of, I changed as the years went by. I was in De La Salle, St. De La Salle school, Ballygal, and then I went to St. Kevin's College. And most of the kids in De La Salle went to, Bedevon College, but for some reason my mum wanted me to send me to St. Kevin's, but lovely school.
Yeah.
Did well, but left at 16, became an apprentice barman for about 3 years. But I think it was the best, most important 3 years really of my business career, because I learned so much in those 3 years, you know, all different people. All the best! I learned so much from those 3 years. I've been behind the counter meeting so many different people. It was a great learning curve for me.
College? You didn't go to college then?
Didn't go to college at all. Skipped college.
After barman then?
After barman, my mum worked in Gatto Cakes, which is owned by Mr. Kipling now.
Oh, yeah.
And she brought me...
lovely buns.
Yeah, absolutely. So I got a job as a relief van salesman. But I think it's there that I discovered my desire to sell, because I was working as a relief van salesman that had, you know, maybe 5 shops on a Monday, 7 shops on a Tuesday, 10 on a Wednesday. But because I couldn't understand, why would I deliver 6 Swiss rolls to shop A and next door weren't buying them? So of course I used to call in. As a result, I built the round up and up and up. So when the poor guy who was out sick came back to take the round, he freaked out because he'd so much work to do. But I couldn't understand, if shop A was buying, why aren't shop B buying? That's basically what happened.
Where do you find inspiration from?
Gosh, what a great question.
Deep question.
Yeah, I honestly do not know the answer to the question. Well, I'm very self-motivated. Always have been self-motivated. Anyone who knows me would say that I'm very optimistic. And generally when you see an optimistic person, you think, if they're that high all the time, they must have terrible lows. But I actually don't have terrible lows. I'm so lucky to have a lot of health within my family. I've 5 fabulous children. I've got 6 grandchildren. And, you know, life is good. They're just a fantastic, amazing family. Amazing.
Big family.
That's my inspiration, really.
That's your inspiration.
My wife and my family has to be my inspiration.
You don't look towards Conor McGregor or, I don't know, sporting people or Ronaldo, or look towards other icons and draw inspiration from what they do, or not how they act maybe publicly like Conor McGregor, but or Tiger Woods for that matter. But is there any sporting icons like that? Or
I would admire their incredible talent, you know, and I always believe my strength has been that I can recognise my weaknesses. That I believe is one of the most important things for me.
Yeah.
That if I'm not good at something, then just admire people who are. Don't try, for me it's probably
Accepting your reality.
exactly accepting reality where I am, and I think, I've been a salesman all my life really, and I think the reason why I was pretty successful at doing it was because I have the ability to sort of stand outside myself to see what the situation is, and therefore if you can understand the situation, then you can react to it. And I don't have any Tiger Woods. Yes, I admire him. I don't have any people that I'd say they're my idol.
Yeah.
Not really, no.
Books? Any interest?
I used to be a great book reader, but I have to say, probably because of social media again.
Yeah,
like I read the Irish Times online.
Yeah.
I read the Irish Independent News every single day online. So I rarely buy a newspaper, and yet I love, I listen to RT1 Morning Ireland. I absolutely love the programme. So no, I'm not really a reader.
Not into the books.
No.
Films then, movies, Netflix, YouTube, or
yeah,
cinema?
not mad into Netflix, but I have to say my most favourite, if you'd ask me what favourite movie, still to this day would be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson. I think it's an amazing movie. I don't know why, I just think it's incredible. Love it.
I was going to say why.
Yeah. But I love documentaries. I love air crash investigation. I would sit here all night and I would probably watch 10 in a row if I could. Love them.
Favourite songs, favourite musicians?
Favourite band, without doubt, don't have to think about it, is Eagles. I just think they were amazing, incredible. Favourite songs, I have an affinity with Angels from Robbie Williams. I don't know why. I think it was probably it was a very popular first dance song when we started doing Men in Black, and to see the reaction that we got when we it took us a long time to be able to not master the song, but be able to sing it respectively.
Yeah.
And that's just song sticks out for me.
Yeah. We all have moments that are memorable. Like we deal with so many different brides. You can't remember.
100%.
Not every wedding can be memorable for us in a sense, but there's always moments that
stand out. Yeah, for sure.
Kira Dignam stands out. I'm going to actually give her a mention on this video.
Christy's daughter.
Yeah. She sang a few weeks ago at Regina Smullen's wedding.
Yes.
And about 2 o'clock, the mass was finished. She fell on the altar. She broke her ankle.
Wow.
And
didn't know that.
Yeah. When she was packing up.
She's an amazing singer.
And I said to her after the church, then, "You all right, blah, blah, blah," and she's like, I'm getting a lift, and but sure, I have a gig tonight.
And was she doing the gig,
the
actual
doing
wedding?
That gig that night as well, and she was doing the gig in that weekend. I said, the show must go on, and her attitude was like, first of all, I was like, this girl's class. Like, she's after breaking her ankle or foot, I'm not sure exactly what.
Fair play to her.
Part now at the moment, must actually touch base, but she broke something, and then that night she was unbelievable. Like,
did she sit in the stool? She
sang.
had to.
She sang. She was here in the Hamlet actually.
Wow.
She got the stool and she sat up and she sang, but an amazing singer. So I put it out there for people.
Lovely,
definitely
lovely
meet
girl.
her as well.
Yeah.
She's
and by the way, a little shout out to her because I know she does a lot of charity work with her dad.
Does she?
Yeah, she's fantastic.
No, she's a cracking girl. That's a memory for me. Like for someone to, people have any excuses not to go to work and not to do the job,
exactly.
But she just showed true professionalism to an extent of, it's like John and Neil here, the staff, even yourself. You just go that extra bit, and it's like, wow, she's good. Like, she's good. Like,
as by the way, you do too. And I know we both work with Finn. Look, we're so lucky to meet so many. I've met some great friends from the wedding industry. Really, really good people.
No,
really good.
We've seen each other a few too many times.
We certainly have
at the weddings. What else can we ask you before we wrap her up?
Sure.
Hobbies. What are you into? Any passions?
Golf is my main hobby. I mean, I love it. I had the great pleasure and privilege of being captain of Knocknaally Golf Club in 2004, and I just thought it was a great honour. And my dad had passed away a couple of years before that. He would have been so proud of the fact that I was captain of a golf club. That's just the way he instilled that type of thing in me.
Yeah.
But I've just wonderful friends from down there, really. But it's my way of chilling down. As you know, it's only 3-4 minutes down there.
Yeah. No, happy days.
Yeah.
All Ireland, who's going to win it?
Dublin without doubt.
Doubt.
By the way, Brazil, who's going to win it? World Cup, Brazil.
World Cup,
yeah,
Brazil.
I think Brazil will win it. Yeah.
I'm hoping Mexico beat them.
Yeah, I know you do.
To be honest.
Well, I got a good odds on them, so I'm hoping they win.
Yeah, I'm hoping Mexico.
Yeah.
Brexit, any interest? Any politics in you? Follow politics, news like that?
I'm not. I love current affairs. I think it's going to be a hard Brexit. I think there'll be no deal done, and I think the EU are just going to have to come together and say, listen, you guys voted to leave. the European Union, off you go, and it's going to be really tough, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not good. That's not good for Ireland.
How
I think
is
there's great opportunities, having said that.
how is Ireland for you as a country? Love it, hate it, people. What do you think?
Love Ireland, absolutely love it. You know, I was born and bred in Dublin, but all my kids and grandchildren are really reared here and in Australia. And I wouldn't go back to Dublin to live. No disrespect to all my fellow Dubs, but I just love living here in County Kildare in the country, and it's, you know, just right beside the motorway. To get Dublin is very handy. Love it.
What do you think of the whole issue with? Maybe you've seen it actually.
Yeah.
People at weddings on their phone and all that kind of crack. Does it annoy you? Do you see a problem?
I can imagine if I was a photographer, it might annoy me, but it doesn't annoy me at all. In fact, you know, because especially when the floor is full and the cameras are out, that's really good for us.
Yeah.
But,
A bit of social media.
A bit of social media interaction. But I'd say if I was a photographer, even videographer, I'm sure they get in your way at times. How do you feel about it?
It's when they're walking up the aisle, say, for instance, is a problem. It is a problem. It's not necessarily.
It is a problem, yeah.
It is a problem. It's not something that annoys me. It's actually a problem.
Are you reversing up the aisle?
No, I wouldn't. I would stand at the top, but it's just like, you know, Johnny's in the aisle, he just goes like this, and then the person behind him goes like this, and then the person behind him goes like this.
Yeah, sure.
And just the edge
and all of a sudden you have a crescendo of people.
And when you have an aisle that's skinny, it's like, I can't see the bride, like, and...
Wow. What do you do in that case? You just adjust your position?
You do the best you can, like, maybe you rise the tripod up, or you move your position, but at the end of the day, a wedding is not a film shoot.
No.
So you can't do a second take.
No.
You can't say to the priest or the bride,
let's do that again.
Let's do that again.
Yeah,
so a wedding, one of the difficult things of doing a video is you have to be in the right place at the right time, be 10 steps ahead, and be prepared for anything. And I think it's just down to experience to be able to deal with that. But that problem, how do you deal with it? I mean, on occasion, I have shouted at people. I'd be like, you know, excuse me, or mother or father,
sure.
or...
You're trying to be respectful as well, though, but you have to get your job done.
Off the top of my head I've used, but there's a lot of priests out there now. Even civil celebrants have started to say, people, can you turn off your phone? And
I've noticed that too.
Don't take photographs when she's walking up the aisle. You can take photographs maybe whenever you want, but not when she's walking up the aisle, because
very good.
It's a narrow view.
That's great. No, that's the way it should be. I have a question for you. What would be your most memorable, cherished shot that you took that you thought that's the money shot for you?
The money.
There's one really standout saying. I don't even mean the money shot, but the one shot that you think, wow, if you were to show a prospective couple just one shot of your work, what would it be? Great question, Sandy.
It's a good question. I'd probably have to think of it and sleep on it, but I suppose the memory just like that has a shot in mind.
Your instant memory of that.
It's more because of the couple and the bride, and I'm going to say it's June. I think it's June McCormick is the second name.
Yeah.
She married...
Did we do the wedding with you? It just rings a bell.
Possibly. I know Donica Hayden sang in the church. I remember the priest from some African country gave the funniest ceremony ever, but there's a shot, it was pouring rain, and she just came along in the car, and I just had a lovely close-up of her, and it's just a really cool shot, like, and I don't know why
the lighting, everything was perfect.
Yeah, that just sticks in my mind, and she even said it to me. It was such.
I was going to say
shot,
she must have mentioned it to you.
She did mention it to me, but I do remember seeing it thinking, that's class, like, that's kind of cinematic, cool, caught the moment.
But isn't it great in our business that we have the opportunity to have those moments?
But
you know?
Absolutely. But
it's like that. Like my video frame would be those parents coming together to speak, and the bride ran over to me to say, "Look what you've done." She said that to me, as if we were the reason that it happened.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't spoke for years.
Yeah. No, it's funny. Different memories will come to. I remember my friend got married only a few weeks ago, Darren Hannon.
Yeah. We weren't available, by the way.
He was.
Sorry, Darren. What are you getting?
He's about 30 now. He met his wife when he was 19. I introduced him. Had to pull him out of the room.
Cool.
He was. I wouldn't say down in his own sweat. He was a bit mopey. He was like, "Oh, come on." So it took me about an hour to give him the halftime team talk, get him out for a drink, and meet a few people. And he ended up meeting her that night. But that was a nice moment. I was actually I was doing groomsman and shooting a video at the same time. But
mad, isn't it?
Looking at him doing the vows, that was a nice moment, I have to say, because he meant it. You know, it was a nice moment. So, there's been many. If we could talk here all night about different moments, and memories will pop up.
I think it's time to go for a pint. You don't think we should have a pint?
We'll go for a drink. Any last questions?
Go for it.
That sums it up.
No, always a pleasure. You know, it's funny you said
it. Yeah, that's it, really.
Not just saying this, is absolutely true. You know, when I walk in and I say you, or I say, you know, Darren Bourne, or Flynn Mooney, and I say, you know, already Flynn even, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ah, great guys to work with, because you just feel so much more comfortable when you're with people that you respect.
I worked with Darren, I know what we're going on. I worked with Darren yesterday and the day before, and yesterday he pulled out an A game of photography. Now he was up against it. The bride and groom were very much detailed and knew exactly what they wanted. And when you have a bride and groom like that, you have to deliver.
Oh, you've got to deliver, yeah. You're right.
He delivered very well. But the thing I love about Darren is he reminds me of my dad. Now, his dad used to do video. So he's
was that Dickie Byrne? Was
Dickie Byrne,
yeah.
So he's old school. Darren is old
Dickie's
school.
a legend too, yeah.
He is. Traditional rules, traditional style. Treats brides and grooms in a traditional manner, like with respect.
It does.
And I think there's a lot of new guys that just don't have it and don't get it. I would have been passed on that from my dad as well. But with myself and Sir Darren, we click because we've modernised it, but kept the old beliefs. But
that's just perfect.
I think it's perfect, and I'd have to commend him. Like he was a great job yesterday. Like he's come on leaps and bounds with his photography over the last years.
He really has, and he won videographer
of the year as well. Like he's good at the social media. Like
he is, yeah. Well, he taught me a few things. I taught him a few things too.
Yeah. Well, look, there you go. Like
I sound, yeah. Juliana and Juliana is such an amazing influence for him because she is his organizer. She looks after his diary. So I say, well done, Juliana.
Can I ask you one last question?
Sure.
I'm going to throw it out there.
Go for it.
It's a bit of a change of subject.
Okay.
I don't even know if I should be going down this area. But depression, sadness within country, within families, within people. I don't know. From my point of view, you look around and you see some people who are depressed and sad, and weddings then bring everyone together and there's a lot of happiness and all that type of thing. I don't really have any questions about it. Would you have any thoughts on it, on the subject? I'm basically just talking about it because people think it's a subject that's hard to talk about. So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Have you anything to say about it, I suppose?
All I can say really is that sometimes you walk in, I'm sure you've felt this as well, you walk in and you just get this vibe in the room.
Yeah.
And that can be, not necessarily the depression, but it can be just a bad vibe. So the reason I bring that up is that you see people and you know that there's an issue. And I don't know what the issue is, but there's a family issue.
Yeah.
But, usually come the end of the night when it's a great night, you usually see them coming back to talk, or one person makes that move. Thank God I've never, or my family have been in touch with depression, so I don't really know very much about it. I can only imagine, when you hear people committing suicide.
It
must be the most awful place to be, to do that.
Yeah.
So, I really don't know much about it.
You don't know,
I know, unfortunately, I do know people who have it and have had it. And have coped, and some people obviously haven't coped.
Yeah. Any words of advice?
God.
Anyone struggling out there? What would you say?
Listen.
I'd
say do what we're doing right now. It's good to talk. It really is good to talk because
that's just why I threw it out there. Just randomly.
It really is good to talk. And you know what I would say. And I know we keep going back to social media, but I see people making certain comments about people, slagging, as opposed to a direct stab in the back. You never know what's going on in people's lives, so I would say be very careful what you say and how you treat people. Because you never know what they're going through. And I always believe that. Be so careful. And if someone is acting a maggot or making some derogatory comments, you don't know what's going on in their life either. So it's best to just ignore all that and move on.
Put your best foot forward.
Put your best foot forward. Because you just don't. You don't know. People use filters on Facebook, and it's like the person you see is actually not the person at all. But you don't know what's going on in their head. So just be nice and respectful to everybody. That's my final word on it.
Facebook and social media, in a sense, there's a lot of fake. As then we're going back to the reviews and stuff.
Yes.
It's very hard to filter out what is actually real.
That's very true.
And I said you could have a micro Ferrari. It's the same when they were 5 stars. They were great, but they're totally different. And I think with expectations and reality, I think people, more so myself, I would believe that people need to step away from it big time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's not good going forward, but
I wouldn't take it too serious either. It's a bit of fun.
Yeah.
But always be respectful. I always believe that. Really and truly.
Be respectful. Be happy. Put your best foot forward and work hard and
work hard.
Get yourself
as we
out
hopefully
there.
will continue to do.
What did we say? Manage your expectations of reality, like yourself. Figure out that you're not good at this, but appreciate others that are, and that's it. Like, get on with it.
100%.
Because we're not all A graders, but we're
right.
good at something. Everyone's good at something.
Absolutely. Know your strengths.
Cheers.
Pleasure as always.
See you at the next one.
Yeah, please God.